Hello, good evening, and good welcome to Xbox Tavern's X-Pod Tavern episode 135th. We're back after a week hiatus. Terrible apologies, my fault, but we're over it now. We're back to business as usual. We've got some big news to talk about this week. Activision Blizzard is done, it seems. Maybe. But we're going to talk about that with our wonderful crew of people, including the one, the only MPV Graham.
Good hello,
MPV Graham. It's been yet again almost 24 hours since I've seen you in person. We got to stop meeting like this, you know. It's getting a bit much at times, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a fun evening. We've also got Million Man Ian. He's back. Million Man Ian, come on in.
Two questions. Where the fuck was my invite? And why we're not talking about KSI versus Tommy Fury?
The first one, you know why, and the second one, you know why. So we're gonna move on. We've also got Scottish Gruff Ross, as always, coming in. Scottish Gruff Ross.
What the fuck was my invite?
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Yours should have been in the post. I don't know where it must have got lost to you. Every episode.
You don't use post up here. We use carrier pigeon.
That's what you got up there, isn't it?
Exactly. Fuck, you can't get a postman up my street.
He's like fucking climbing gear.
It's like fucking up the Monroe.
Yes. Anyway, we're together now on this wonderful Sunday evening, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Games played, as I said, Xbox, Activision news, and I'm sure a few extra bits and pieces along the way. So, gentlemen, let's get into. Should we kick off Project Game Pass? What do you reckon?
We'll go on then.
Go on then. I know Graham hasn't had a chance to jump into it yet, but Project Game Pass is where we pick a game from Game Pass each and every month. We play it, we discuss it on the podcast. And this month's one is Payday 3, which myself, Scottish Gruff, and Million Man Ian had a go at. It wasn't last week, it was the week before last, wasn't it? And we played for 3 or 4 hours roughly. Did a few levels. Ian, kick us off, because I think you sort of missed the memo in terms of trying to play it stealthy and just when.
Oh, come on. You go a bit.
I must come to Ian's defence here. It was nothing to do with Ian. It was to do with slightly obsessive stalker.
True. But then if Ian didn't get arrested in the first place, perhaps the AI wouldn't have.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, sorry. The first level where I fell through the roof, and that
was brilliant. We done so well. Like, pick lock. Sneak past the security guard up on the roof, like, right, we'll case the joint, right? Can see wee things here, and all of a sudden the alarm's blaring, and it's as I just fell through the roof. Fuck's sake! Ian.
I was just waiting. I mean, let's back up just a fraction. So Payday 3, if you're not familiar, it is like a stealth / action bank heist game, basically, where you're put on a level, gonna try and break in, steal as much money as you can and get away with it. And yeah, the first level is in a bank, and as I said, I was waiting in the lobby of the bank, quite biding my time to play my part, and then all of a sudden all the sirens are going off, the police come swarming in, and he's like, I fell through the roof. But Ian, what's your thoughts? We played 4 levels or so, was it? 4
or 5, yeah,
of what we played so far.
I think I would probably would I have more fun solo? Probably not. I think it's still a good laugh playing us 3. Just
outrageous.
No, I think it's definitely a good more fun where it's just like I say, the 3 of us all can get a 4th. There's a lot more. It's definitely more a tactical approach, so you can't really just go in and fuck about. But even then, it's a fucking nightmare. That one level where we were there for ages, just trying to fucking figure out where and it was in the office, but. I think once you've started doing the levels, I imagine if you go back and do the levels back again, it might be a bit more fun because you can actually do it a bit more stealth and a bit more tactical. Whereas when you first go around doing it, and you've got no real like perks or equipment, you're kind of just going in without any like good items and stuff, so it's more difficult.
Yeah, you can unlock perks, can't you? I think we did that just before we ended the evening of various bits and pieces. Was that right, Ross? Someone said something about changing
technician and things like that.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the fuck are you on about?" It was fun. So I think we might have been better off, as you said, Ian, like sticking with one level and doing it a few times to get the gist of it. We just did one level, finish it, and move on to the next. So we definitely need to go back and play through. And obviously having a 4th player, older MPV Graham there, or one of the other
I literally turned the camera at the wrong second.
To see me fall through.
I just watched it, and as I watched Ian going up onto the glass panel, turned round, and all of a sudden it's just red exclamation.
Now everybody's like, shit.
Dallas came to save me. Hero.
Dallas, what a legend.
Good old Dallas. So what about you, Scotch Frost? You enjoyed our time with it?
It was a fantastic night, yeah. Just fucking... There was no element at any point in any of the missions we did of any stealth. Between Ian going flying through this part here, deciding to get the handcuffs slapped on him in the nightclub. What happened in the diamond heist? What went tits up there? Oh, we needed somebody to keep an eye on the VIP, and they just let them walk. That was you, Jay.
Just walks off, yeah.
Just let them walk clean at the shop.
She just wandered off as soon as I wandered off, and I went around the back alley because I was fucking just standing there doing nothing. I thought, I'll see if I can do something, and then a guard just spotted me, so I ran away. He wanted to arrest me, so I had to stop. As the meme goes, so I started blasting, and then shit went down. I don't know where she went.
Graham would have been proud of me that night because I didn't know zero stealth.
There was 0 levels of stealth in that game.
Yeah, it was definitely definitely played more in the spirit of Graham, I think.
Definitely missed out there.
Have you had a chance to check it out at all? Or you just
No, I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, we'll have to squeeze in this week at some point.
I think within the first, was it the first level or the second level? Whenever you can hear, right, I've got the grenade launcher.
Oh
what?
Yeah.
This is not the way that I thought we were playing Payday.
I watched
in terms. Yeah, it's fucking carnage everywhere. In terms of the actual gunplay, I thought I vaguely remember playing Payday 2 way back in it, but it felt really snappy. It wasn't.
Yeah, I liked it.
I seem to remember Payday 2 being a bit more loose with its aiming and not quite. But then I might have been because I was playing mouse and keyboard, and I'm not very good at mouse and keyboard. But it's I was enjoying the shooting aspect, not so much the stealth because we didn't really get to check it out, but. It was good all round. So we did, like I said, we did 4 levels. How many levels did we decide there was? 9, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like, yeah. Got halfway through the game.
We did have a mission where Ian just decided to abandon all his teammates so that he could make a getaway, but
Hey, we completed the level. I was like, you two were slacking. I'm out with all the money.
You did make it out. You did make it out with all the money. But yeah, no, it was a good night. It was a good laugh. Definitely want to play some more, like I said, with a foursome, and we should go from there. So, anyone got any more thoughts on Payday 3?
Will you feel safe enough to play it without having your Bo Dallas in it?
Oh, I don't know. Dallas wasn't.
Ian needs.
That's what I mean. If we have to replace Dallas with Gray, I mean, are you going to be play Copian?
Graham would have my back.
Ian's wingman.
I would, yeah. I'm used to picking up people. Usually it's Jim.
Normally it's me, yeah. I was quite happy that this time it
wasn't even so much the sort of getting revived. It was just fucking anybody walked past Ian and had the slightest of bad looks. Fucking Bo was ready to go for it.
He was a bit trigger happy.
He was locked and loaded, ready for action.
At the time that Ian was arrested, I was looking at him. I was like, "How am I going to get him out of his handcuffs without the guard literally standing right next to him?" I was just sort of looking around, seeing if there's something I could use to distract it. And Dallas just fucking mask on, gun up.
Shotgun to the face. Yes, Dallas. Woo!
0 interest in fucking being secure. Just fuck it. We need Ian.
Yeah. We get back up. But that was a hard mission as well, wasn't it, in that nightclub? Because it was a lot of back and forth and a lot of tight corridors to sort of defend while we're trying to build
big fucking armored bastards and the Sam Fisher guys.
Yeah, the Sam Fisher
fucking Sam Fisher. Jesus,
jump on you and just beat the shit out of you until someone saves you.
That wasn't police brutality. I don't know what was.
That was.
You hear the noise like, woo, 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 woo. Oh shit, they're coming.
But yeah, overall, so far I enjoyed it. Like I said, I haven't actually played it since we played it, and obviously you guys haven't had a chance to check it out again either. But yes, we should play more this week. Perhaps we'll stream it again and maybe get a decent recording out of it.
Yeah, get some better audio.
Need to figure that side of things out. But
as long as you got, fun. So, I don't know where you got Dallas saving me at all in the videos. Hopefully, I don't know where you were.
I don't know if I was. I don't know if I was near you enough at any point to pick up that sort of.
Oh.
We should have to have another.
I think, Yeah, I think
But
it always seemed to be me next to you when Dallas was saving the day instead of Ross. But yeah, we'll hopefully capture some Graham saving next time when you're being arrested. Inevitably.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more like so. This one is kind of. I feel like there's not much hand holding as well. It's like because it's like red key, blue key doors, and like what the fuck are they? They give you zero guidance to where they are. You've got to literally find it yourself.
Yeah.
Or do what we did and and Google it.
Oh yeah, that one safe. Fucking hell, that safe was pissing me off. We must have ran past that safe a good 8 or 9 times.
Well, it was hidden, wasn't it, behind like a wooden panel and shit? It was bullshit.
It's fucking ridiculous.
So yeah, I think once you've started doing levels a few times, I imagine they'll, I guess not similar, but hopefully they'll be in the right location. So okay, I can stealth to this rooftop and go down there and go in that office.
Yeah,
and that's where the key is because you've done it the first time. Whereas I feel the first time every level, you pretty much have to do the way Graham plays.
Yeah.
And then once you've done it once, you can then go, okay, I can do a bit more stealth now and a bit more. I know exactly where I need to go and who I can avoid and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know how much things are randomized. I'm sure they are, but it would definitely be good to try a level several times and try different approaches, try different tactics, and just see which one.
Get all the achievements.
Inevitably, it would just be running fucking get the shotgun out before you even start a mission. Blast everyone away, get going with it. But no, it was good.
At least no flamethrowers.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm sure I still set someone on fire somehow, but I'll have to up my game. Maybe there's some. Oh no, there was a thermite thing, wasn't there?
Is there Molotovs?
When we were trying to break through the floor, and it's just like this massive fire in the middle of the corridor. But yeah, I didn't get to use it on anyone. But I don't know if there's Molotovs. We'll find some. If there's not, hashtag petition payday 3. Get some Molotovs in there. Every good bank robber needs a good Molotov or two,
Plan is to steal the loot, not fucking set it on fire.
Well, needs must and all that. Needs must. Anyone else got anything else you want to bring on Payday, or should we shimmy right along to other games we've been playing this week?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan indeed. And gentlemen, we've got quite a list of 3 of us have got quite a list of games we've been playing this week. Ross, what are you doing? Have you been bitten by the EAFC bug?
Yeah, I got a bit preoccupied. I'm pretty sure I played something else this week. For life, I can't remember what it was. It was just Ultimate Team. I won't bore you with it. It was just Ultimate Team. That was all. That's all I'll say.
Why don't you and Graham have a little back and forth? Have you done any more of your pro clubs together?
Not the pro clubs, no. I've got to Division 6 and Rivals, and that was it.
Yeah, I'm also in Division 6.
Yeah, that's the sole sum of my gaming this week.
And for the let's say less initiated of football, what does that mean?
So division rivals.
Yeah. There's 10 divisions. 10 means you're in the lower rungs. You're playing against other people that have just picked up the game or are so cack at it they can't get out of that division. So it's the CAC pool if you're in Division 10. So you have to sort of fight your way to get out of the CAC pool. And then as you get into higher levels, obviously you're pitted against slightly better people. It's kind of how you find your pool of where you're at, of how good you are. The higher you are, obviously, the better you are at playing or the luckier you seem to get. But yeah, at that bit. And obviously the higher you are, the more rewards you get at the end of the week for being in that particular division if you've won 3 or more games.
Is it Ultimate Team related, or is it something?
Oh yeah. It's all
it's your full
other people's Ultimate Teams.
Right. Okay.
So, and there's always kind of a misleading situations again that you see people with sort of super elite teams. They got all like the best cards, and they're generally the CAC players, absolutely CAC. And then
are they the ones who paid to play, as it were?
Yeah, paid to play. They need to pay someone to play for them.
Yeah.
But when you see like because you get caught out. You think, this team's got a bit of a mediocre team, and they just flip out skills, tricks, and all kinds of shit that kind of really sort of test you. And you just don't know. That's the thing. You can't just go, they got a super team, I'm going to get whipped. But not always the case. But yeah, it's kind of how you find your feet of how good you are is kind of what division you get in. And obviously the more you commit to it, the more chance you get. You get points as you go up, and you lose some if you go back down, kind of thing.
You both said you're in Division 6. How long does it take to get out of said division? Do you have to play like X amount of games, or is it over like a period of a week or two? Or
6 games, Gray? If you get double ups?
Yeah, if you get double ups, I think it's slightly less, like 4 or something. But
because you need to unlock the double up. So, if you're coming from a different division with a double up, it's easier. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you go in like 2 games in a row, you get like a ×2 thing. So if you win a game, you got 2 more rungs until you get to the next bit in the ladder. And if you lose, you just lose your flow. Basically, you have to win, you get up the little steps. Sometimes it's milestones, so you can't lose and go back down too far down. And it's just that. So basically, it's just a slog to try and get up to higher levels.
Yeah. And basically, the slog is at this moment just now is to unlock your entry into Ultimate Team Foot Champions, which is the premier sort of competition. But you need to like earn your way in it. I think is it 1,250 points you need to get, Gray? Something along the lines.
Yeah, something along that. I think it's 12,750 or something. But
yeah.
It's a lot, basically. You have to get quite a lot to sort of churn through, and only people streamers have that much time to sort of churn through that much.
And then you get qualifiers for what used to be known as Weekend League. So you can play the qualifiers, and then you actually play your big Champions games, which is the ones where you can get some outstanding rewards. That's where you get like your red card picks and things like that. Not the red cards as in like you like, Jay, but the proper good ones.
Yeah, so it's all about being good. I was about to say, the better you are, the more chance.
At least I beat you. But can you beat
me? There we go, yeah.
Hey, you drew with me.
I know, well. Draws a win for me.
He beat you 2-2.
So now. Yeah.
Me and Joe will beat you 2. Easy. If it's a 5-star.
Again, I did enjoy our little competition, so I'm more than willing to have a one-off game here and there.
Let's do me and Jay versus you 2, 5-star versus 1.5, 1 star. See how we do.
Yeah. It's not as simple as you think it would be, but
yeah.
Ross is pussing out already. He's like,
no. No. The problem is
that's the problem.
It'll be what Gray's talking about. It's fine. It's all well and good when you're playing by yourself and you've got control of every single player on the pitch. When you're playing with 2 people and you wanted to do a defensive move and you go to switch to a player, but it's already switched to Jay's player, so you can't control that player and you don't know what Jay's going to do.
Yeah. Hang on, why am I being single out here? Yeah. Well, yeah.
I've got one that's got to play.
We'll give it a go. See if we can keep it under double digits. Hey, see if we can stop you from getting 10 or more goals. We'll do our best. I think we'll be all right. We've got Ian on our team. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, no, nice.
Bring it.
Any more on the EAFC? I nearly called it FIFA again. I'm
no, I shan't bore you with any more.
No, it is. But the hooks are well and truly in. Should let's say that. Oh, annoying.
Yeah,
I'm really not a fan of the tracks. They've progressively got worse over the years, but I think it might be to do with age as well.
I didn't mind last year because did they not have an amalgamation of all the different tracks throughout the years? I'm sure they had. Yeah, they definitely had some old school FIFA songs playing last year.
They need to, because some of the older ones were way better than what they have now. I just have to keep switching all the music off each time because it's generally just cackfest after cackfest. You can skip the tracks by clicking in the right thumbstick, and I was
just constantly clicking.
I was going to wear out the button at this rate.
9 times out of 10, I usually just put like Spotify on the Xbox and play that, and then just turn the music down in the game because it's shit.
As you say, Grace, I think it's more age. I remember some of the early FIFAs, at least having some passable, new metal or something coming out of the menu. Now it's just
but you knew the artist. Like Blur was doing it at some point.
Yeah, we got a song too.
But now you just don't even know half the artists.
Chumbawamba. Classic.
You knew some of the artists, but this one is like, I have no idea who any of these are. You get random half-decent track, but...
What FIFA was it that they done the whole fucking... It was Robbie Williams that did the big fucking song for it. What was that? Was that 98?
It could well have been.
Probably now you're asking,
He was doing like the Dreamcast adverts in like 99. So
it was ridiculous.
Height of power. But yeah, well, you can do a quick G's if you like while we move on to Ian and ask what he's been playing. Ian, what have you got on your list here? Let me have a quick look.
I completed Starfield.
Let's talk about Starfield, Ian. There we go. We can double team now.
Yeah, let's double
Ian, you completed Starfield. Congratulations.
Yay.
Well done. How was it?
It was... Well, I completed it twice. The first time I completed it was very anticlimactic because I just talked them down I'm not giving any spoilers.
Oh, what the
Yeah.
I bet you, yeah.
And the second time I was like, I want to fight them. So then I pressed attack, and that was more fun.
Yeah, I think I saw some reviews early on, and a lot of them said that they talked him down, and they were like, "Oh, that was it." So I think going with I did talk him down as well, but I think fighting probably was more fun. Was it an enjoyable gunfight second time around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess spoiler warning.
Yeah, we'll be as vague as we can, but if you don't want to hear anything about the end of Starfield or Starfield in general, skip ahead. I don't know, 10 minutes maybe.
Or just mute a second.
Yeah,
if you're live, but
we'll give it the fingers up when we finish talking about Starfield. Maybe
I went rogue and basically fought both of them.
Good man.
So I didn't pick. So I
Good
went
lad.
full on rogue, and that was way more. And I also did the attack option, and that was way more fun because you're just going through all these different areas and stuff, like trying to avoid killing civilians, and I just didn't give a fuck anyway. But
see the mission where you are pulled in a different worlds. What did you do there?
It made no sense to basically kill everyone out in the real world, so I just killed the one guy in the inside world.
Cool. You realise you can save both of them, yeah?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
I was gonna say I saved the single dude on his own. I thought he needed my help more, but how do you save them both?
So you see the room where you have to flick certain switches, and like you get the codes.
The 7 switches.
Yeah. So if you go through a process of that, you can get it so that you get both of them into the same reality.
Okay.
I did wonder if that might be possible.
Yeah, no, there is.
I just wanted to get through it.
What it means is you get because I get it mixed up. If you save all the people, you get a legendary armor set. Am I right in saying? And then if you save him, you get a legendary weapon.
Yeah.
So if you
some sort of gun,
so you can get both of them if you manage to get both saved.
Okay.
I'm completely what?
You definitely did this mission because it's the main story.
Yeah,
so you definitely done it.
Two before the final fight.
Where you're going in that reality, in the really old school, like where.
Oh right, yeah. The engineer guy, that's
alien looking.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I know. I accidentally saved the engineer.
Oh, see, I did. I was like, "Fuck you, engineer! I'm killing everyone else." Like one guy versus everyone, and it's like, "I'll save all the people."
Yeah, no, I definitely saved him and took it whatever gun it was he gave. I can't remember, and then never thought about it again. So I was just like, on the march to the end. We're finishing the game now. We're not hanging around.
Not piss off around.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of New Game Plus. I haven't done much. I literally just did the bit where you went spoke to Bitchface, spoke to her, told her my life story, and then you go, "Oh, go collect artifacts." It's like, okay, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's about as far as I got into New Game Plus because I finished it as well. Great success. Everybody's done with it now.
Tell them how many planets you visited, Jay.
3.
Not how many I've visited, how many I scanned, like fully surveyed or whatever it's called. There was a thing on Twitter the other day. Someone fully surveyed like all 1,694 planets or whatever it was. And I thought I'd see how many I did. 5.
But do you see that you had to wait?
How many planets have you landed on?
I don't know, as many as I needed to. I don't know.
Well, Mars is definitely one.
Maybe, probably. I would definitely say less than 20. But
I've landed on exactly 101. And I know for a fact because I did 100 achievements, and I was like, went to the last mission, did 101.
Fair enough.
So I know for a fact exactly 101. So.
Yeah, I tried landing on a few random ones, but mainly if I had a mission there, I'd go there, and if I didn't have a mission, I wouldn't bother.
I think it's also surprising. I think when I went to like farm that achievement, I was already on like 70 odd. I've not done farm that many planets landing on, so I have done my fair joints for traveling throughout the game. I did all the campaigns, everything. So literally, that was the last thing I did. So the only thing I think I finished on just under 5 days gameplay. I think it was like 4 days, 20 hours, something like that. So fair old chunk.
My final time I think was one day, like 20 hours or something like that.
You did none of
I didn't do any of the faction missions. I literally just went through the main mission. I started the 3-star Rangers one and the UC, whatever it is, like whether that part, I don't know. But I only did one mission each, and I was like, fuck this, I'm out.
My favourite one's still the Crimson. Crimson still.
Yeah, I thought about that, but maybe because I think I said to Gray last night whether like this is the first Bethesda game that I might actually replay because of the way they've done the New Game Plus. Sort of starting again and again, if you're still listening, spoilers ish.
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 Yes.
You get to basically reset the universe, as it were. And it was still
The
with the knowledge
multiverse
and stuff you have of it. Yeah, there's all sort of multiverse nonsense going on. And because I skipped over so much of it, in a year's time, 2 years time, whatever, if I feel like playing it, I can just pick up my save and basically play it new, but still have my upgraded powers, which is what made it more fun towards the end, getting some of the abilities you getting some of the better weapons, which you've still got to find again.
Have you seen some of the clips that have came out for like the people with the top level powers? It's so you freeze time, fire a bullet, move to another guy, fire another bullet, move to another guy, fire another. Use like a force type push to fire a bullet so that like the guy moves towards the. Fuck it! It's honestly, it's like something, but it's like a mixture of the Matrix and that scene at X-Men with Quicksilver. That's like a mixture of, and then everything goes back into like normal motion, and there's like fucking explosions, bodies flying left, right, and center, and you're like. What the fuck happened there?
I understand why they wanted to keep this sort of under wraps, but I feel like they could have been a bit more forthcoming with it, because I know it. Like a lot of us didn't even know they were in the game until we
discovered
that
like,
point. Yeah.
I would have no idea.
And if I'd known that, because again, normally I play sort of games and I just do the side missions for hundreds of hours and then go to the main game. If I'd spent 100 hours doing all the side missions and then got my first power, I'd be like, motherfuckers, why didn't you at least warn me? I would have gone and got some of them first.
Oh no! That's what I did basically, pretty much.
Yeah,
I think I did like three of the side missions. I think I'd June. Why Eugene left?
Eugene,
yeah, and I had 3 stars. So I did 2 of the main side missions before.
You love the 3 star
powers. I fucking hate them. So I did 2 of those, then 2 of the side missions. Then I got powers, but. I've done all. I fucking hate the power mini game. It's a fucking.
It's so bad. They need to address that.
Utter shit.
They need to do something about that.
And it's just so infuriating. That point of, I've done a few of them and collect them all, but I only used the first one I've got. I haven't used any other ones.
Yeah.
I haven't bothered to try and play with the other ones because most of them sound really shit. And the first one you get is the best, where you just fucking make the gravity and it's go flying in the air.
The full void one's pretty good because it turns you invisible for a little while, and then the oxygen one, like Ross said, where you can just run for ages without worrying about running out of breath or stuff. But
I do use that one quite a bit.
Yeah, that was handy for the occasional time of exploring the planet. But as we were talking about in our sort of group chat the other day, you could obviously, again, spoilers if you're still listening, when you reset the game, go into New Game Plus, if you find it again, then upgrades the power. And was it up to 10 times, you said, right?
Yeah.
So all the powers were good, but they were all fucking weak. And it seems crazy to me that you have to go through the game 10 times if you just want to upgrade one power. Like, if you're not going to use them all, why can't I find an artifact or a shrine, whatever, in one planet for the fucking one that reanimates the dead animals, whatever, and be like, I don't want that one. I want to put this ability towards the full void one or the gravity one or something like that, or repurpose it. It seems crazy to.
The only thing I need to double check
like that
is are the temples like randomly generated? So say like Earth had a temple, for example, and it gave you the oxygen one. Is it Earth every time? Or like if you went in a new game, does it like go to a different temple?
They're not the same planet because I had none on Earth.
No, I'm not meaning Earth was one. I'm just meaning, like, for example, if you only wanted to focus on one power, can you just so you know which planet to go to? So it's not you have to go around the temples to try and find the power you want to upgrade.
Yeah,
when you go into the new games.
I mean,
because I suppose if it was the same temple over and over again, that would be slightly better because then you
still then got to go through the whole game.
It doesn't.
You don't have to go through the whole game.
Yeah, but this is effectively you've still got to go through the whole process of collecting the thing to get to the end mission to do it again, then start again and go and talk to Sarah again.
You start to collect the artifacts.
Yeah,
and you can't skip it because you can't fight them in that ship that you get. That new spaceship is not made for fighting. Not
It
made
looks
for
so
fighting.
So fucking shit.
It looks cool, but it's not made for fighting.
Yeah, I got shot at that fucker ASAP.
Yeah, I haven't tested it out yet, but Graham was telling me it doesn't do anything in any sort of fights really.
Oh,
Against
no, it's
anything other
got
than
great
weak
storage and it's pretty quick in like fast dogfights, but in the big battles, it is not good for fighting.
No.
Yeah, I will. I told him last night when I was doing the boss fight against the ship you have to fight right before the end. I can't remember the name of it again now. Old Andrasia decided to whoop right in front of my face again. I couldn't see a fucking thing. I was trying to shoot this big ship. I know I only had the shitty ship I was in, so it wasn't a very good fighter anyway. I was like, I can't see what I'm doing. I can't fucking like aim at anything, and I made it through with like the smallest sliver of health because of Sarah's like alternate universe person helping me out, and she basically killed everyone while I was trying to fly away, trying to figure out where the fuck I was going.
See, I've got the narwhal, and literally mine's like a fucking tank. And it's so slow moving. I literally just stand there when it come towards me. Or my auto's just kill him. So I don't even need to move. I was like, just go. No, that's so slow to move. Like, for fuck's sake! It's like no. So it just dies straight away. Because I was focusing on one. I was focusing on one ship. Killed that ship. Went to focus on the other ship, and it was already nearly dead. It's like, oh, my auto has nearly killed it.
No. Yeah.
Do you need to unlock the perk for auto turrets? Because I put an auto turret on my ship, but then I don't think I ever did it.
No, you need to unlock it.
Or buy a ship that has it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's I did close. Yeah, I got a narwhal, and that just destroys.
Nice. Yes. So we're all finished with the main game now. Like I said I might go back to it, down the line, and carry on do a new game plus run maybe. But yeah, overall, it won me over in the end. I still definitely not the best game I played this year, but it was far more enjoyable once I started getting the powers and better weapons and stuff than the early game where I was finding it a bit meh.
Weirdly, it's got me wanting to play the Cyberpunk DLC, so I might go into that soon.
Yeah, that's supposed to be very good as well, and a decent length. It's only about 20 hours or something, supposedly, rather than the between 2 and 5 days of Starfield that we played so far between us.
What DLC was that?
The
Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's meant to be fantastic. Yeah.
Have you even played Cyberpunk, Eros?
No. Now that if I'm hearing all these like 2.0 type idea, I'm sorely tempted to jump into it. But if I don't start playing Baldur's Gate, I feel like I might get an assassination attempt on my life by my mates. So
I have zero interest in playing Baldur's Gate.
I was, for everything he was saying to me, I was like hyped to fuck with the whole like world element of it and how big it is and like the whole lore side, everything in it. But I am struggling so fucking hard with this combat. It is pissing me off. I do not do this whole you take a turn and then I take a turn and then you take a turn. It's fine with Pokemon. I'm fine with Pokemon. But fucking this, like, I'm going to cast a magic spell and it's not going to work for 3 turns because I need to go around everyone in your fucking party to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and then it takes a shot.
Is there not an option to switch it to real time? Like previous games gave you that option.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You're in the game and then like you go around your character or you have a shot and then one of their guys.
You could play it that way, like the OG Baldur's Gate and the other one, but usually there was like an option to switch it to like a real, like a semi-real time kind of way of playing it.
I just wanted
it controls their actions. You just focus on one person, like World of Warcraft style.
If you just make it like Dragon Age. Like Dragon Age, you can pause the game and select all the actions for your players, or you can just fight.
Oh, okay.
Make it like that.
Yeah, that would definitely be the best way, because that was what I enjoyed about Dragon Age and Knights of the Republic and stuff. Being able to queue up some actions and then just fucking go at it while they got on with their stuff. But, yeah, that's fair enough. Well, hopefully you'll get into some Baldur's Gate and then you can move on to a bit of Cyberpunk 2077
and Spider-Man and Mirage.
Spider-Man and Mirage
and Pokemon DLC and the new Football Manager's coming out in 2 weeks.
Too many fucking games. Too many games.
Let's go. I know I'm going back to back here, but you mentioned it. I've started Mirage, and I was so hyped for it, but so far, there's a slight bit of underwhelming point of it at the moment.
I've heard a few people echo those thoughts.
Seems the same. What do you find underwhelming about it, Ian?
Well, first things first, looks like 360 graphics. That's the first thing to bring with. Character's a bit bland. He doesn't bring much like cool, and it's also gone a bit way like he's shit it begins with, and then he goes slowly, which is all well and good. I don't mind that, but I'd rather just start being an assassin and kind of be a bit more badass from the beginning rather than this whole slowly becoming good and slowly and. A bit of a dickhead as well. Like he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" One of the second missions was like, "What the fuck are you doing this for, mate?" Like,
so if I was to say,
what benefit?
This should have been a DLC for Valhalla, would you disagree?
I never played Valhalla because boats exist in it.
All right, but would you say based on what it is, it's an
so far,
you could
you could probably
you could pass it off as a DLC.
So far, recently, it's just, and it's like I was so looking forward to it, especially when it's going back to basics. Maybe once I start getting a bit more further, I need to give it more time because I need more time. Fucking Sam. So basically, give it more like when I actually started doing the missions and actually started doing the proper assassinations and see how they play out. But so far, getting to that point, it's been kind of like do I really want to?
But
I will stick by it.
Yeah,
because obviously I'm a huge Assassin's Creed and I do want to see how much they've gone back to basic. But yeah, I think at the moment so far I'm very disappointed, considering the point of where I started it. I went, this is really underwhelming. I'm going to finish Starfield. So that's how much. Well, I was literally really wanting to play Assassin's Creed. I was like, oh, I can't wait. It's the first like hour and a half. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to finish Starfield now.
That's never a good time.
Did you pick up via Ubisoft Plus like month subscription, or did you buy it?
I found a cheap key online for like 25 quid or so. So
wait a minute. Okay. What's this keys in with this Ubisoft Plus?
Ubisoft Plus in their subscription set is like £15 a month for all their game stuff, but it's in there.
So you could pay £15, complete that in a month, and then get rid of your subscription.
Basically, pretty much. I was kind of thinking of doing at some point soon.
I was going to do that as well.
I feel like I might be doing that.
So I was thinking of doing that. Then I found a code online for 25 quid, and I was like, well, it's only £10 more, and I get to keep it for life, or maybe get some DLC out of it. And it's going to be really good. And then I'm like, oh, maybe not. But it probably take me 2 months to play it. So that's
yeah. Well, that's the reason why I'm tempted is because a lot of people are saying you can get through it in about 10 hours.
Was I think 25 hours?
Yeah. If you do everything, but if you just
okay, that's fine then.
Yeah,
if you just focus. I think you focus on the story is 10 to 12 hours. Yeah.
But the thing is, right? I would definitely say this is a wee bit of consumer advice for everybody out in internet land. Pick up the Ubisoft
top tips.
Yeah, pick it up on the Ubisoft Plus deal. Play it. See if you like it. If you like it, give it about a fortnight, and you can guarantee the fact it's an Ubisoft game, it's going to be $6.38.
Exactly.
And some sort of
like the other Assassin's Creed
Halloween sale type idea.
Oh god, yeah.
You're going to be able to pick it up for like fucking pennies.
Yeah, probably less than the cost of a month of Ubisoft.
Exactly. So, and then eventually what's going to happen is you're going to really enjoy it, you're going to finish it, and you're going to want the DLCs, and you're going to be able to buy the game, the 2 DLCs, and like 30 skins for like £20.
Well, if it's anything like Far Cry, that's fucking on sale every other week.
Well, that is my case.
And I'm pretty sure Ubisoft do like an entire Ubisoft brand sale every other month.
Every other fucking
be able to pick it up. But yeah, definitely tempted to give it a go once I get through some of the other stuff I've been playing.
I'll play it this week, and I want to try and complete it this week. That's my goal this week. So
very nice.
We'll see how I get going.
Well, hopefully you get through the goodness of that. I'm going to jump in quickly with a game I've been waiting about 3 weeks to talk about. And I've at time of writing my review sitting on the website ready to go. But I'm waiting on a bug fix because I've got right to the end and it keeps crashing every time I get to I load it up. And they said they're aware of it. They're trying to fix it. But it's a game called Anthology of Fear. And it's basically, the game you played in Insomnis. It's a bit more of a higher budget version of that. So there's no combat.
So why is he not playing it?
This is very true. I did consider trying to get hold of a copy of it for him, but it's a bit longer than some of this. I've played it for about 5 or 6 hours so far, and like I said, I'm at the end, but because of the bug, I can't.
There's only so many underwears I have. Well, come on.
But the gist of it is you're looking for your lost. I think your lost brother at this point, and like Resident Evil, in Resident Evil 7, you find the videotapes and you put it in the player, and then you sort of play the memories of something that happened in the past. It's like that. So you find a videotape, you go into the past, you play as a different character, and you sort of experience the story from their perspective up until like you arrived. And then there's 2 tapes in total, and I've just got to the end of the second tape. And despite there being no combat, it's actually quite good at giving a bit of a fright, a bit of a jump scare. It looks very, very nice. I don't think it's Unreal. It's not Unreal 5. I think it's Unreal 4. But it sort of has that PT-esque look to it, like really sort of hyper real details, but also a lot of weird imagery. In fact, at one point there was even like a little crying fetus in a sink, like in the PT demo.
Ian's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's pretty messed up at certain points. And you sort of walking through and there'll be like a creepy thing in the distance, and you turn around and something will jump in your face. But they do a good job of sort of, you think, oh shit, something's going to jump at me now, and then it sort of subverts it well enough to sort of catch you off guard, even though you were kind of expecting it.
This just doesn't sound fun.
No,
sounds fucking amazing to watch you play it though.
Because it's from the publisher of this game is typically not released the highest quality games, and the last couple games that we've reviewed on the site have scored awfully because they've just been really like poorly made games basically. So I wasn't expecting a great deal, but I'm actually really enjoying it. Like I said, I've got through it as far as I can, and like I said, I've written my review. I don't want to put it up until I sort of get that last, whatever it is, 20 minutes or whatever finished off, because I want to see how it ends. But yeah, if you're not playing on Xbox, because it's on PC and Switch, I think so far, where I don't think it has this bug, I'd recommend checking it out if you're into a bit of a scary horror time. There's definitely a few moments that got me even. There was one point, I'm not going to spoil it because Ian's going to play it at some point, where you sort of walk into this room and there's this thing, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" It was very well done, but very creepy and a bit messed up at the same time. So hopefully that Xbox version will be fixed very soon. I can go back and finish it. But really good. Really enjoyed it so far. So check it out, especially in the month of October, spooky season. It's time to play some good horror games.
Yeah, Spooktober.
Play some Anthology of Fear. It's
never
good stuff so far. Yeah, good stuff so far. So we'll get Ian streaming it on October 31st. We'll get Outlast, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 7, sorry, and a few other games in a row.
Pay Ian's wages for a day and make him do a 24-hour horror stream.
That sounds like a plan. Let's crowdsource it. Kickstarter. Get on your patreon.com/Xbox7. You can fund Ian's super scary, spooky fun time.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Entire day.
If you get a charity stream going, raise this much money, I'll play Village.
I mean,
I need something scary in the Village, surely.
Oh, what's 7?
Yeah, definitely 7. 7 would be the way forward. There you go. Hit the link, hit the QR code on screen. Give us some support and get Ian playing some super scary fun time video games.
Ian will shit himself if he starts seeing Monica. He's like, oh, fuck, I'm going to have to do this.
Sponsored by Tennerpeds, just to say.
We're just going to see like the package. Instead of him having his fucking like Xbox fridge behind him, it's just going to be like piles of tenner for men.
Yeah. That's it. One.
Yeah.
Rapid change.
We need to come up with like a splash screen or something, just like Ian, just like, he's changing his pants.
He's turning a 10-minute break. It's starting to stink.
Yeah.
Anyway, when Ian's not shitting himself on the stream, which one day we'll get him to do. Graham, you got a couple more games. Do you want to talk about any of them in particular, and then we can move on to the big news of the week?
I'll talk about the one I didn't get a chance to mention last week, just because I managed to get both the reviews up, and that was the random game of the Slaps and Beans 2, Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. So, I mean, that game started off as a bit of a joke at first. It was one of the spares that we had going, and I played it. And it was kind of like it felt like a third-rate kind of Streets of Rage kind of knockoff kind of game. It was just you going around sort of bit of comedy elements in the conversations, and then just scrolling beat 'em up in the same sort of style as sort of Streets of Rage or Double Dragon, etc. And I mean, it got the combat got a bit kind of repetitive, but they kind of put a couple of mini spin-off things in like an old school games. Like you have like checkpoint bits where there's like different dynamic to the game. Where in this one now, when you get to a point, instead of just fighting, you're now throwing pots at the enemies, and they're like poking their heads out like different windows or behind the curtains, and then you're picking up pots and just lobbing it at them. So it's kind of like in between the Streets of Rage type combat, there's a bit of random different games involved, and sometimes it's like puzzling elements where one of you has to like raise a ramp while the other one climbs up, and then you kind of have to take it in turns, sort of raising and lowering gates to sort of get through kind of certain areas. So it's not that you would expect it from like a Streets of Rage type of game, but it kind of at least adds a bit of variation to it. But it's just the content of it, the fact it's based off like spaghetti western films of the 70s with these two Italian actors with Americanized names of Terence Hill and Bud Spence. It's like how someone pulled that kind of IP and made a game out of it. I don't know how it got
not just a game, 2 games.
The sequel. But you can't fault the game. The game is kind of playable. I mean, you're not going to buy it for the story, but if you're into sort of scrolling beat 'em ups like a Streets Rage kind of thing, it's decent enough to sort of give it a playthrough at least. And it's not going to be super expensive. It's just a game to sort of play with your friends because it's only local. It's not online, but if you can get past the random name and the bizarre IP, it's definitely a sort of a scrolling beat 'em up you can play with a friend that you get some joy out of. Yeah, very random.
And you said your review's up on xboxtavern.com right now. You can read that.
It is.
It looks like fun. Definitely be something to have a go next time we get together without Ian and play some video games or something.
It's not scary
gentlemen. Thank you very much. We've been playing lots of wonderful games. I've been playing a lot more, but I don't want to go into too much because some of it I can't tell you about yet. Some of it is unrelated. I did finish Pikmin 1 today. Great success. And I've been playing some MetaQuest 2 today.
Ooh.
Jumping in back on there. Thought I'd have a quick go playing some Pistol Whip. I don't know if Ross, have you played Pistol Whip? It's fucking awesome. It's basically like a light gun shooter, but it mixed with Beat Saber. So it's like really high intensity, like techno music while you're fucking blasting enemies as they come out. I had a great time. But yeah, that's obviously unfortunately not Xbox related. So
I did have one other game that I have been playing this week, and I feel utterly disgusted in myself for the fact that I spent a full day playing it yesterday. But I had a full day session of Fortnite, which was, I feel like I've lost a good 30% of my brain cells.
Did you discover that space is in fact the best?
That was painful.
Why? So why were you playing Fortnite? Were you kids?
Yeah, the wee man wanted to play it, and he was like, "We'll just jump into squads and we'll just play squads." And then like he sort of got top 10. It was like, ooh, and then like I got a dub, and he was like, oh. So then like the same team that we got the dub with wanted to team up again. So then he had a shot and he got a dub, and then it was like, well, we're on a roll now, so it'd be sort of rude to put the fucking controller down. And then it progressively went downhill from there. So
nice. So you've bought you spent your life savings on V-Bucks. You bought all the skins.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a Deathstroke one, and I was like, I've got Microsoft points still.
Yeah, why not?
And I was like, no, do not start going down that fucking path.
Yeah, I gave in and bought my youngest the battle pass the other day because she was something stupid like level 152 or something, and she didn't have enough. She was like 200 short. I was like, I'll get you some V-Bucks for now. We started the day on level 21.
Yeah, level 1,
low 20s at least, and ended the day like level 60.
Yeah, it's rapid fast, especially if
it was like a full fucking day session. It was just like
the XP boost, and I played with her for 2 hours the other night. And yeah, like you, I went from like level 13 to 45.
Yeah, which is like, oh, okay then.
Absolutely rinsed it. Yeah.
Did you get a win?
Did I get a win? No. Actually, no, that's a lie. We did, but she got the killing blow. Well done.
We got. I think we ended up after a full day session. I think we ended up on 4 wins yesterday, And so he was like fucking high as a kite, like the best experience ever. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like this. I need alcohol.
Yeah.
Loads and loads of
know
alcohol.
exactly. When we finished here, we'd be like straight back on that Fortnite, running through, looking for the emotes and shit. But yeah, nice. Well, a bit of Fortnite can't go wrong. We should play Fortnite, all 4 of us. I know Graham's fucking keen for it. Look how
I don't
happy he
mind
is.
it.
I
To
like
be
My
Fortnite.
fair, if
guy
my
with
kids
tight
switch from
ass.
Roblox to Fortnite, then I might
Fucking
risk switching
Roblox,
my-
man.
Roblox sucks.
There's one game in Roblox, and it's like the natural disaster game. And that's the only one that I can in any way, shape, or form tolerate.
But have you seen, Ross? Not that I want you to be stuck in Fortnite forever, but now they've introduced like the Unreal 5 Fortnite creative stuff they do. A lot of people have been basically taking Roblox games like Natural Disaster and the Auto Builder and all that sort of nonsense, and you can basically just do it in Fortnite, and it's way more fun in Fortnite because it's more fun to play. With
Well, there was one of the
controllers
ones where it was you were running up a hill and it had like all the fucking like obstacles bouncing down towards you.
Yeah.
And you had to go through all the different things. And like, he was playing that, and I was like, actually, it's a pretty good fucking laugh.
Once someone's
And then I started to feel really disgusting for the fact that I was like, oh, this actually looks. But no, don't fucking finish that sentence.
Someone built like a little mini RPG in it. So we would it's like a pirate theme one. So you had to build your craft, and then you go to sail to the island, and you have to rob treasure from some pirates, have a big fight, and then sail off. And it was only like 45 minutes long, but yeah, it was really good. Like, something different to do with Fortnite, other than just giving it the old John Cena and Ian's BTS.
Nah.
That's the one.
The thing is, as much as we can shit on Fortnite in regards to like all the shit that's been that's in it, considering this game started off as basically a horde mode tower defense game, to what Epic have evolved it into in its current form, fucking hats off to them.
Yeah, and we've said many times, but the way they changed it constantly as well, changing the map, the weapons, and the loadouts, the modes, bringing stuff back, it's just. Yeah, it's on another level.
Like fair plays to them, and the fact that you've got the initial, you've got the battle royale, and your whole plan is to get like the dub, but there's all these NPCs in the map that give you quests to like unlock the vault, and then there's like mini bosses that are inside it, and if you kill the mini boss, you get X amount of stuff. And you're like, at the same time as the actual main game's playing as well.
Yeah,
it's like fucking. There's some complexity at least. It's not like mind-numbing just.
So much stuff to do. In terms of, like you said, that you get ones to where you just got to slide 100 meters, or you got to kill 10 players, or you got to fish 10 fish, stuff like that. And then you got to... oh, he's playing poker face. I was waiting for him to fucking smack the microphone away from his face. But yeah, no, it's really good. Really well done. We could talk about Fortnite all right long, but we won't. We'll move on from here.
Fishing's the worst mechanic they brought in that fucking game.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I like to get the fishing rod, be the first player in the game, get a little XP boost for being the first player to fish. Great success. Anyway, before we get into the pluggles, I realised that we didn't do the guess the game kicking off the show. I thought we'd just jump straight into what we've been playing, but perhaps we could do it now.
Still have it up. It's fine.
Are we ready for some guess the game, gentlemen? If you're not familiar, guess the .game, wonderful website, basically like Wordle for video games. 6 pictures. They gradually get easier and easier, and you have to guess said game. As I said before we started here, I did look at this first picture earlier on before I suddenly realised it was Sunday and I forgot what I was doing. So I didn't get it right. So let's crack on, shall we? So we got the image up on screen. If you're not watching on YouTube.com/Xbox Hammer Visual, you missed
Very
out.
old school, isn't it?
But yeah, we got a sort of deserty, watery scene with some whales and some dolphins sort of floating on the top, which is a bit odd.
I think that's like a resources thing that does ring a.
It looks like something that it would be. You have to like go around and get resources, like so then you can get like food out the water and stuff. Like very old school Age of Empires. It's not Age of Empires, but that sort of idea.
So what other ones are similar to Age of Empires?
Like Dune or Civilization or something like that. But it's
Civilization's a good shout. Dune. Oh, what's it called? No, what's the Red Alert? Kind of that kind of.
It looks older than them though.
Yeah, it does. That
looks a lot older.
Not population or populace or whatever it is, something like that.
Yeah, so you guys are all going down a completely different route. I started off on things like commandos and stuff like that, or like
commandos.
Sort of, like jungle, like something with a top-down sort of map that we pick the mission from.
Like Command & Conquer kind of thing.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's what I said by there.
I can't remember what I picked, but it wasn't whatever I said it was this morning. Should we skip it then? Because obviously we're not getting.
I like Civilization. Let's go Civilization, the first one. I like that. I think the original
OG release. Yeah. Find myself.
No.
So not near Civilization, but it doesn't mean it couldn't be in that series, perhaps, or in that genre.
It's like that thing, like Command and Conquer, where you do sort of develop like into like, because that's like a Colosseum, or you got like universities. It is like that kind of upgrading, like Iron Age into different ages, kind of nonsense.
I mean, it could very well just be Civilization 2. I don't know when the first one came out, but I think Ian sort of, well, you're onto the right sort of thinking here. I'm completely lost.
Wasn't it like Caesar? That was a weird game as well.
Off of you lot.
Why is it 2 Civilization 2s? That's a bit cheating.
It doesn't matter which one you pick. It should come up when you do it, saying either or type thing.
Where's this Civilization 2?
There's another game here, another game like this called Game Duel, where if you get it at least in the right series, they sort of highlight to say you're on the right track.
Oh, okay.
It's one of these, but this one doesn't do that. So you could waste all 6 guesses on one series and then not even be in the right ballpark. But...
And it's definitely not an Age of Empires kind of game like that.
No, I think Age of Empires will never get 94%, but also I don't think it's that. I think Age of Empires was looks later, like better graphics. The first one had better graphics than that. That makes sense. I remember Civilization being fucking proper old school, like fucking back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember when it came out.
No,
but 94%.
Yeah,
Civilization 9. Then again, it's not my kind of cup of tea.
But what kind of old? Yes, I mean, but it's like one of those that was really popular back then.
Well, yeah, exactly. This is from.
That's what I thought. That's why I thought it.
What
94? Age of Empires was one of the keyer ones.
Should we go with number 2 and just see if we're on the right track? Maybe.
Fuck it, submit.
Oh, great success! They all that debating it, and it was well done, everybody. So, Sid Meier's Civilization 2. Yeah, go through the pictures and we'll see. So number 3. I mean, would that have helped anyone else?
Would not have helped. That would have made things worse.
That would have made things harder. Yeah.
I suppose they do include the space race type thing, but yeah, wouldn't have fucking done me any.
Enjoy the animation, Ross, but you're on mute.
Yeah, that would have dragged me in a completely different direction. Like I would have been.
Starfield.
This is what Starfield looks like if you run it on an Xbox One.
What's the other ones for? Oh God,
that would have helped a bit. Yep.
Yeah, yes, I mean they're different. It definitely would have kept us on that theme.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It was just the resources thing. I just remember the fishes and the whales. It's just it was like I knew it was like a resource game. Just
I mean that doesn't look like any Civilization I've ever seen. But then I only really ever seen number 5 and 6, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it's like old school ones. That's what I mean. But
has it got an age on it? It's not got an age on it. Oh, 96. There we go.
96. Yeah.
On Windows 3.x.
Yeah.
Good old 3.1. First Windows ever had.
Ross doesn't even know what it is. I wasn't even born then.
What was your first Windows, Ross? Don't say Vista.
95.
Oh, okay. We're going to say something like Vista or something. I'm like,
the best one. Best one.
the best one. Oh.
Nah, man. Windows XP.
XP was better than Vista, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a technical guy, but I remember like Vista just fucking shit left, right, and center. I was like, what is this? Why is this?
It was one of the worst things.
Just like Windows 8.
It's almost like they just tried to run it off. It's like this never happened.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
Everyone gets free upgrades. No one. This never happened. Everyone get a free upgrade. Go to this one.
Well done, everybody. Again, go to Guess the Doctor game if you'd like to play along with us. Put a link in the chat as a helping hint for you. But yes, Ross, we've guessed the game. We've talked about games, and before we get into the big news, would you like to sort of give us a plug and give us a quick plug?
Yeah, I'll give you a quick plug. Thank you. So patreon.com/Xbox Tavern, as G had up earlier on in the show. If you jump over on the QR code on screen, that will take you to our Patreon page. If we can get enough sort of finances put together, Ian will do some sort of horror stream, and we can all watch him turn into a blubbering wreck, which would be
100% agreed to this. If you were listening,
yeah, he's contractually obliged to it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, jump over there, support us. It'd be much appreciated. Apple and Spotify podcasts. If you want to jump over there, leave a wee remark. 5-star review would be greatly appreciated. Written reviews can be found at xboxtavern.com. Jay will have a list of them later on the show, which he should have organised, as I tell him every week. But
I know I always forget, but I'll remind you if I skip.
So we won't have the reviews that are up on the show later on, Jay.
Yeah, we will do. We will. I promise. Maybe.
Socials running along the bottom of the screen. You'll find us at some variation of at Xbox Tavern or at Xbox Tavern Official on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, wherever it may be. Discord, if you enjoy our little Guess the Game segment, you can jump over to the Discord section. We've got a full channel dedicated to it. Can drop your scores in, keep track of everybody else and see how they're getting on in comparison to you. And last but by no means least, the wonderful people over at Insert Coin. So if you use code XBTIC23 for 10% off, is who's rocking. Oh, we've got like a show with. Oh no, I never seen the t-shirt. Sorry, I seen the Starfield beanie and I was blinded by the beautifulness of it.
Unfortunately, you can see it this week as well. Not super blur vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, very comfortable. Still a bit too warm for this hat, but it's nice and comfortable.
That's what happens when you're not running fucking Windows Vista. Do your updates and it's fucking good.
I do the updates. I made sure I checked today before we started. No updates, definitely this time. Yes. Anyway, thank you very much for the good old plug was there, Mr. Ross. And now we should get into the news, which is 18, 19 months later, we could finally say officially confirmation. Confirmed. It was January 2022 when they declared their love for each other, and then they finally set the big day for this past Friday, October 13th. I mean, that's not ominous in any way, shape, or form, but the deal is now done. They have officially signed, and Xbox and Activision are now newlyweds. Yeah, basically. Yeah. I do have a little guest here that we to help us talk about this story. I thought, it's only right, seeing as he was in a meeting with Bobby Kotick. Good old James. What do you think there, James, of Activision Blizzard coming along and joining Xbox? What's that? You're a massive cunt. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Sorry. All right, I'll get rid of you then. Goodbye.
Oh, jeez.
That was just for you, Gray. I thought you might.
I was about to say, talk about ruining my evening.
It's when I went into it's like when I first clicked into the show tonight, and there was just a picture of James Corden on the screen. I'm like, jeez, this is an interesting development.
Yes, it was very random to hear that he did an interview with Bobby Kotick just before the announcement was made, where they were talking about the future of Activision, and it was obviously not public, but it just sounds like the only reason he invited him was to make Bobby Kotick invited James Corden was to make Bobby Kotick look like less of a cunt somehow. But I mean, I very much doubt it worked. But by the by, we got the negative out of the way. We got Xbox and Activision Blizzard join forces at last. We're going to go over to Le Verge. We've got like a bit of a rundown. We're going to read it all, obviously, because it's going to be a massive post. But Phil Spencer on Twitter said, "Today is a good day to play. We officially become Activision Blizzard King. Activision Blizzard King to Team Xbox. Together, we will create stories and experiences that bring players together in a culture that empowering everyone to do their best work and celebrate diverse perspectives." And then they got a link to the Xbox post where he basically said that in much longer form.
Hashtag get up, you Sony.
Basically, yeah. Says The Verge, the deal is Microsoft's largest acquisition ever, far in excess of the $26 billion they paid for LinkedIn, and 7.5 they paid for good old Bethesda. So this was, what was the final total? I did have it here a second ago. $68.7 billion. Activision Blizzard and King, publisher of Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Diablo, Candy Crush, and all sorts of crazy stuff that your mums love to play on their phones while they're sitting there having their morning coffee or what have you. So, gentlemen, it's done. We're over. Success. We'll get into the Game Pass side of things in a second, but are you happy we can finally stop talking about this fucking story?
No, we're never going to stop talking about it. We've got to suck up and deal with it. Yay, Xbox.
No, well, it'll die down a little bit, and then it'll just come back when they decide what goes into Game Pass, and then that's where it starts ramping up a bit more. And when they start sort of reeling off exclusivities and stuff, that's where the heat starts coming back. Are you trying to
give my will to live? I forgot why.
But, I mean, it's done, but the deal's done. It's not this saying that they're sort of, the Sony.
He did not say that, did he?
No, he's fucking missed that completely.
Oh,
but they will. They will move on to the next kind of acquisition. But you don't want it to get to the monopoly state because you need that.
Fuck yeah, you do.
You don't, because then they start overcharging for everything. It's just start squeezing you for money. You just need that competition out there. You just don't need the bitterness between the lines.
What can we leave them? They can have Gran Turismo. They can have Gran Turismo. There we go.
They can have Lollipop Chainsaw.
Outrageous. Can't believe
can you imagine that? Like all these studios, all these fantastic games, and then it comes up exclusive to PlayStation.
I'll be livid. They've already ruined my dreams by not being a remake, just fucking remastering it, bastards. Anyway, Activision Blizzard did come out and say in a tweet just before the announcement was, I think, on a Thursday night, and they said that while we do not have plans to put Modern Warfare 3 or Diablo 4, obviously they're two big games for this year, into Game Pass this year, once the deal closes, we expect to start working with Xbox to bring our titles to more players around the world, and we anticipate that we would begin adding games into Game Pass sometime in the course of the next year. And then on this pure Xbox article, Jez Corden, I suppose, he's updated it saying, our sources indicate, surprising nobody, that despite Activision's statement that we'd have to wait a while, you can expect to see a bunch of Activision stuff hit Xbox Game Pass as soon as the deal is finalised. Obviously, it's now been 3 days, and I don't think they've had anything yet. But maybe once they've had the weekend to calm down, have a couple of shots together, get their honeymoon out of the way, and we can maybe start seeing Singularity released on the Xbox Game Pass on Monday. I mean, that'd be nice. I'm going to keep banging the Singularity drum because it's fucking awesome. But
rather than a lot of Call of Duty players,
there'll be a lot of Call of Duty. I mean, like I said, they're not going to add this year's one. I don't think it's a hope in hell. But I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe up to Modern Warfare 2. Was that last year's or was it the year before Modern Warfare 2? Remake?
Yeah, last year. The year before.
It was last year, wasn't it? Because what was last year's one then?
No, it was here. No, it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
what's this year's?
This year's is Modern Warfare 3.
Was last year Modern Warfare 2?
So I'm thinking it's normally alternates, isn't it? I can't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised to see up to that added, perhaps.
Blops.
COD Blops 55.
Ghost the best.
Ultra Edition. Go, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so they're going to start bringing games in. Whether they'll bring much of the back catalogue, like 360 and original Xbox games, or not, or whether
as long as we get Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely get some of the old CODs. So there's no doubt about it. Was the Infinite Warfare, wasn't it, the space one that sort of tried to be a bit too Titanfall for its own good? With the guy from Game of Thrones, we can bin that one off. I can never pronounce his name. Clobril on Twitter. He put up a big Xbox graphic, basically, that's got all of the parties and studios, all the Xbox ones, Bethesda ones, and Activision Blizzard King. And I mean, there's a lot of people there and a lot of studios there. But when you get to the King bit at the end, it's just like, what did it say? 11 game studios, all based in different places, and then it's just got Candy Crush, Farm Heroes, Bubble Witch 3, and I can't see what that bottom one is, but that it does nothing for me whatsoever. I don't know if you guys are big mobile gamers, but that part of it can just be sliced.
You were right with your earlier statement about my parents playing. I think my parents played bloody Bubble Witch Saga.
The only time I think I've ever sort of put any sort of hours into Candy Crush is like when you're sitting in hospital and you're waiting like in the waiting room, there's no internet because no hospital in the world has walls that can penetrate like fucking signals. Yeah. That's like the only time I think I've ever looked at anything to do with sort of Candy Crush. But as sort of Jay was saying there, is like that's your full shebang of everything that we've got. It's fairly big.
It's a fairly expansive list, and again, some good names. Obviously, a lot of it is already there with Activision, Bethesda and stuff.
Especially when you look at like some of the games that you would maybe not think of right off the top of your head. Like, but then when you go back and look at like what they sort of produce, you're like, oh shit, yeah, I didn't think we would. Forgot we would be getting that sort of built into it as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there too. I mean, again, a lot of studios work on Call of Duty, but then you got Beanox and stuff doing Tiny Hawks and Spyro and Crash and yeah, there's lots.
I must admit, having Crash as technically an Xbox mascot that's going to take some getting my fucking head wrapped around.
Yeah, I mean, as we were just saying, getting our heads around the fact that our parents are now going to be Xbox gamers.
Someone else getting achievements, yeah,
getting achievements. That's going to be an interesting time.
Yeah,
but going back to the Verge, they got Activision Blizzard's CEO, our good old friend James Corden's best pal, Bobby Kotick. He's going to remain in place until the end of 2023, and then he probably is going to be
he's out of here
very quietly and very quickly to gather his things and exit the building. Thank you very much, and see you later. Whether Phil will take over or they'll put someone else in place, who knows? But he said that Phil has asked me to stay on as CEO of ABK, reporting to him, and we have agreed that I will do that through the end of 2023. We both look forward to working together on a smooth integration for our teams and players. I'm sure he said that as he was like fanning just a massive amount of cash and probably, I don't know,
in the strip club,
doing some other nefarious
Legal
things
material.
that fucking CEOs want to do with their money. They got all the power to do. So it's done. Officially part of the Xbox Fusion Fingers family.
Vin Diesel style.
Yeah, so now we just got to wait and see as and when they add games to Game Pass. I think they already said that like the next couple of CODs this year's and next year's, I think, are still technically under like PlayStation exclusivity agreements, so they won't be coming to Game Pass day one. But beyond that, I'm sure we'll see some sort of agreement where they pop up either early or sort of limited, maybe just the special edition, standard editions or single player or something to Game Pass rather than multiplayer. Who knows?
So see how you're saying about the exclusivity for PlayStation, it can't come day one. Could they just say it coming out like the 1st of October? Could they just put it on the 2nd?
Probably could.
I mean, that's also another way around it, perhaps. There's no reason that they.
Because that would just be fucking bro. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Like the pettiness of that would just be outstanding.
It depends what sort of deals.
Wait, what? Day 2 to Xbox.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Could very well do
Imagine that.
Something hilarious like that.
And Day 2 to Xbox. World premiere.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, we'll get more information, I imagine, over the next few months where we can talk about the story again. But for now, Xbox, Activision Blizzard, they're like 2 peas in a pod. And now we're going to move on. There's already been people, like you were saying earlier on, Grave, what's next? Who's next? Let's just give it a rest. Give it at least till the end of the year. Let's just chill out. Play some video games.
Quick 30-second fire. Who's next? Go.
Take 2.
Possibly. There's a lot of scuttlebutt about Sega in there, and I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be the next logical option, I would have thought. But
Sega would be the obvious one. Fuck it, let's just buy Nintendo.
No.
They've already been laughing at the room. They can't do it again.
Yeah.
Battleica.
Just a fucking
Chivo's
just a fucking Crash Bandicoot, Marcus Phoenix, and fucking Pikachu teabagging Kratos. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Well, I saw some people with Telltale went off some massive layoffs recently, and they sort of shut down most of the team.
We're not allowed to mention Telltale characters and sexual innuendos.
We're not going to
just warned.
Innuendos. Not yet. Not yet.
Things get fruity.
But yeah, something like that. I think we said before would be perfect for Game Pass because you've got the episodic stories. Just have a new series every 6 months or whatever that spreads out over a month, and then just keep them going like a TV series on Netflix or what have you.
Wasn't there an absolute shit? What was the thing that just happened with Gearbox? Because there was talk of that. Because like folk were saying, Borderlands Game Pass, there could be.
Didn't they just get like sold off or request their release or whatever it is from embrace it because they've shit.
Yeah.
As well. So yeah, stuff like that could be a possibility, perhaps.
Project Game Pass Borderlands. I'm all over it.
Off. Oh, can't do it. Can't do it.
How can you not like the Borderlands games?
No, I'm sure they're fine.
1 was good, and then 2 was just a bit of a
2 was good. 1 was shit. 3's nah. Pre-sequel was nah.
Don't fill me with much confidence when even the Borderlands fan is like, meh.
Nah, but I'm comparing them to 2. Like, for example, the thing is, one of the things that the Borderlands games do is there's a part of the games that are better than every other one of the series. So like 1 set the benchmark. 2 was infinitely better than 1 with all just everything in it. But then like the pre-sequel, as much as people say it wasn't as great, had some really cool features in it, which if they brought into like a game combining it with stuff for 2 would be fantastic. And then 3 again with like the movement, the sliding, the everything along the lines to do with that, different anointments and stuff. Again, brilliant, not as good as 2. But if they put it all together, game of the year.
I do enjoy how every now and then Ross manages to wangle Borderlands into whatever we're talking about.
It's been a while, to be fair. I've not had Borderlands on the show for a while.
That's been a while.
Says the one who got Resident Evil in earlier. Fuck off.
Damn right, boy. Damn right.
Talking about
anyway,
games that Ross likes, wouldn't that mean like CJ Project Red might have a target on their head?
Nah, Sony's been sniffing around them apparently.
And I saw a rumor earlier on that Bandai Namco might be in their sights as well.
There was a redacted
Souls game and shit.
A redacted thing that had from Sony that had possible links with CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's spend silly money season, and everybody seems to be going for someone. But we'll have to wait and find out who goes for what. But like I said, for now,
who
this is
would you
done.
buy?
Oh my god. No one.
I'll buy you, Jeff.
Thanks, Ian. I'm very cheap. I wouldn't. It will cost you a damn sight less than $68.7 billion. Just a Blue Lagoon and a fucking.
I'd 30 chicken wings. 30 chicken wings on the Blue Lagoon.
I was going to say the chicken wings would be enough to get them.
Lasagna and chicken wings, wasn't it?
Yeah, lasagna, some chicken wings.
I need 20 chicken wings because that's too much chicken.
Yeah, too much chicken.
You can't have too much.
You have to have chicken strip instead.
Anyway, in jokes aside, from Activision Blizzard, so we can talk about more next week when they announce that Singularity is coming to Game Pass and everybody should play it, and then we can go from there. I don't think there's really much other news. I see there's something here about Halo Infinite. Ross, did you want to?
I just threw it in just because it was getting a lot of the big hoo-ha that it's going to transform the game, but it's just Forge based.
Forge AI Toolkit is a huge game changer.
Hmm.
In the brief, the new toolkit will allow Spartans to input campaign AI, including allies and enemy AI, into their Forge creations and share them. 343's Forge lead designer Michael Schur touched on the possibilities. You can make
action.
So it is.
You could make a twisted hallway, and around every corner have AI spawn in front of you. And in order to progress, you need to kill them. But there's lots of cool things you can do, MOBA things you can do. One of our engineers here prototyped a tower defense game with AI. So there's a lot of flexibility in the tools. Forge has been around for a long time, and we've seen a lot of cool variations on multiplayer themes, but we've never seen what players can do with AI. We're going to see people remaking the intro battle when you first land on the ring. We're going to see that, and that's huge. Huge, as Heinz would say. Huge. I mean, that's pretty cool that they're adding AI into the toolkit because it's never been included before. I mean, but are you going to use it? I'm not. I'm certainly not going to spend any time sitting in Forge making anything.
I mean, they said it was going to be game changing. I never said I was planning on thinking it was game changing.
Yeah, I think again stuff like this. If it come out way back when I was younger, I had more time. I think I could have gotten into this sort of thing like that and like Dreams and Little Big Planet and all that sort of stuff. But now I'm just quite happy to just pick up a 10-hour game, play it, move on, and forget it ever existed there. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure some people will come with some cool things. Maybe they'll, as I said, remake the old Halo games or. I don't know.
Might get my son give it a go. He loves all that kind of
7
stuff.
Yes, yeah. I suppose someone like him, especially with like the Fall Guys stuff he's getting into.
Yeah, anything that's got building in it, he seems to really enjoy, like doing his own thing. Like he tried playing Hot Wheels the other day and started building his track in that. He started doing Fall Guys. Maybe try that. Maybe give him.
Get him on a Trackmania.
Oh fuck that! Even though I've tried Trackmania.
Or maybe he could be the next big Halo designer. You know, he could start his craft now. And by the time he's sort of working age, he could be jetting off to Redmond and go join 343 if they're still working on Halo and still exist at that point. And show him how it's done.
Halo 7.
Halo
6.
Halo Reboot Infinite.
Halo ODST 2.
Yes!
Yes! Yes! ODST 2! Woo! The best Halo.
Jesus, this one was upsetting us, James Corden.
Yeah, we're just trying to trigger his grey this week. Fuck it.
Nice. Well, we look forward to seeing young Tyler go and make lots of new Halo levels and maps and stuff and see where he goes from here. Gentlemen, unless anyone else has got any other news, I think we could probably head off into the final section of the show. Unless you got anything else you want to bring up, anyone?
I think that's all the news there is.
Now or forever, hold thy peace.
KSI
was robbed.
At least he wasn't bummed, but we can talk about that.
Whoever bought to pay that was robbed.
Oh, I know. Like, fucking ridiculous.
I want to hug you all game, all match. Oh, give me
it's so bad.
Even if it was a good fight, it still would have been fucking mugged off by paying for it.
The thing is, see in the first round where they hit him with that big right, like first 20 seconds of the round, I was like, this could be interesting. And then that was it. That was that fucking nothing else after that.
Exciting as it's got.
Yeah.
In what a bunch of hashtag be nice, you cunts. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Let's bring the reviews up while I'm remembering. Let's do it now quickly, get out of the way. We've got a few reviews up here. We've got Bud Spencer and Terence Hill, Slaps and Beans 2, as Graham said, 7 out of 10. Got Ad Infinitum review from Carlos, give it 7.4. It's like a World War II style horror game. Payday 3 from James, give it 5.6. And then Dan's final Expanse Telltale review, give an 8 of episode 5, Europa's Folly. And I also got to check out some headphones. This one right here, in fact. This is the Rig Pro HX, and fucking awesome. Great bit of kit. I think they're only available in the US at the minute, but they're coming to the UK soon. But I think they're in the US, they're about $100, but wireless with a dongle into the Xbox. They've got Bluetooth as well, support as well. And yeah, really good. These ones are slightly small for my big head, like, especially with my hat on, but that's because I've got a big head. The kids and the wife love them, so yeah. Well, I'll go check them reviews out on xboxdown.com right now. That'd be wonderful.
How much do they retail for?
I think it was about $100, or £100 when they come over here. Yeah, which for value for money, really really good. Again, providing you don't have a massive head like me. So yeah, go check them out. Graham, I still have yet. I was sitting there earlier on looking at a document, and I was like, "There's got to be something I can get him to do." And I cannot think of anything. Have you got anything you'd like to say, Xbox related or otherise, right now? We can have just a little Graham's special minute or something.
Special minute. No, you can't just throw that back on there unless we've already done like takeover talks of Disney threatening to take over EA. But no, there's no extra EA news. I'll have to kind of come up with something like that now.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something for next week. Definitely. I've been trying to think so hard about something entertaining to give you to do, and every time
Graham's best pull from his FIFA pack.
That was what I was actually thinking.
Oh, here we go. See, we're on to something now. Graham,
it's going to be a weekly thing, Gray.
My best pull this week, probably DeMarcus Beasley as a hero card. I managed to squeeze him into a left back. He's like an American hero. He's very quick.
He's shit. He used to play for Rangers. That's the only reason I hate him.
If it makes you feel better, I've never heard of him either, Ian. Don't worry.
That's right.
No, he's just a very quick American player that was, like the only known American player back in the day.
Yeah. Next
to sort of Landon Donovan and those guys. Yeah. So there's a
Everton.
No.
Tim Howard. Sorry.
Yeah, Tim Howard.
Howard, yeah. Baldy.
Howard, Friedel. There was a couple of Americans. Fulham had a couple of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the films guy.
Dempsey?
Brad Friedel was the other one.
No,
Dempsey he was the American.
Yeah,
Brad
Tim
Guzan.
Dempsey. No, there's another one. There used to be a funny commentator. Names. No,
An American boy.
Canadian, wasn't it?
Something John, maybe.
Collins John.
Something like that, but it's not. It's going to annoy me now.
Elton John.
Casey Keller?
Brian McBride, that's the one.
Brian McBride!
John!
Where the fuck did John come from? I mean, even though...
I'm just trying to think who it was, but it was Brian McBride.
Brian McBride. Casey Keller.
Casey Keller, yeah. He played for Spurs, yeah.
Pedro Diniz.
Go, Jay. Name American football player. Go!
Tom Brady. Let's move on.
He's retired
from.
But surely, have you got a rival, Paul and Rustin, being as you played it too?
Who have I pulled this week?
Oh no, tell a lie. That as an amusing one, I got that Hedenberg, the Swedish female striker, which was broken in the game. It was quite amusing to watch, but I saw clips of it. Basically, the player got stuck almost like in a permanent orbit mode. So whenever they got the ball, they couldn't control the ball, and the ball they would run away from it, and it was like a glitched out player. So much so they had to take her out of the game because she started getting death threats from players because she was like 88 rated, which is quite a high rated in there.
But it can't be used.
Yeah, you just couldn't use it because the ball just wouldn't stay.
Have you also seen the women's football player that they put in that's only got one arm?
Oh no, that was before the game out. Like people pre-releasing were trying to take the Mickey and putting her in goal and making her
trying to get her started putting on throw-ins and things like that.
And making her do weird celebrations, like goalie celebrations. So they just kind of blocked a lot of that stuff before the game fully got released.
Fucking assholes.
Mean-spirited people in the world.
Hashtag be nice, you cunts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm already definitely not regretting this segment, but that was good. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll keep it. We'll get Graham's best pulls every week. And then we'll see where you go from there.
And we'll see if Jay knows any of them.
I mean, unless they play for Wrexham, you've got no fucking chance. Right, Ross, you want to tell him things coming into Game Pass, please?
I can indeed, yes. So, October 17th, Like a Dragon Ishin. Have I said that right, Gray? This is up your street.
Yeah.
Console, PC, and cloud. October 24th, City Skylines 2 on the PC. Also the 24th, EA Sports UFC 5. You're getting a 10-hour trial on PC and console. October 26th, The Frog Detective, The Entire Mystery on console. 26th again, Minako's Night Market. I think that's how it is. Sorry if I've butchered that name. Console and PC. Another trial this time for World Rally Championship. It's apparently a 5-hour trial, which seems weird. It's not usually like that for EA, which is on console and PC. And then the last two are both on October 31st as well, which is Headbangers Rhythm Royale on console and PC, and then Jusant on Series X and S, PC and cloud.
Nice. Double nice. That sounds like a wonderful, wonderful time to go check out some games on Game Pass. And Ian, when you can compose yourself, would you like to please...
We used to talk about those football players. So I was trying to look up that Canadian matey from Fulham, and I found it was Paul Pestisolido. I didn't realise he married Cameron Brady. It just made me laugh. I was like, Pestisolido, what's he doing? He married Cameron Brady. What the fuck? When did that happen? So I started looking into that. I was like, oh, fucking hell. Fair enough. Sorry about that. Okay. Games leaving Game Pass. We have quite a few leaving, not a few, about 6 leaving Game Pass. The most common ones are Evil. The Legend Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. Trek to Yomi.
What?
Nice. Yes, off they go.
Turnip Boy commits evasion.
Supposedly that's quite a good game, like a little RPG.
It threw me off completely as well. Like what?
There's a name that's not going to sell a game for you. It's probably that.
I think there is another version, another game in that series. I can't remember what it's called. It's got an equally stupid name, I think. But Yeah, it's a fun little RPG. You might even like it. It's something.
I probably would be. It was just.
It kind of makes me want to play it.
A game that has tax evasion in it is usually like, yeah, I think I'll give that a wide berth.
Damn right. Nice. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We've made it. We've had some great success. 18, 19, whatever months later, we can finally put a certain story to bed. We played some great games. We've explored the cosmos, and now it's time for us to go and, I don't know, shoot some people in the face and
commit tax evasion.
Yeah.
With Turnip Boy.
Thank you very much. You've made this far. You're a fucking hero. We love you. You can find us on xboxtavern.com, youtube.com/xboxtavernofficial, all of the places down below, as Ross said earlier on. I've been Jamie. You can find me at Enexan. Most places you can find Scottish Gruff Ross.
At Scottish Gruff.
MPV Graham.
At Graham Reaper.
And Millie Man Ian.
And Nutty Way.
Thank you very much. Remember, #be nice you cunts, and we will see you next week at 8 p.m.
Silent-ish.
I'm trying to give Ian the fucking intro that he always wants. Come away, he fucking doesn't even take the